get that.
On last week's episodes, we gave you a tour of where we're at in the boat. We filled the holes left from our stanchions on the deck, and we scavenged the hurricane boats that were being crushed for parts and pieces we might be able to use. We're a family of 6 who sold our house, bought a boat, and now we're getting ready to sail around the world. Welcome to our channel. And a special thank you to all of our patrons. What are you doing?
Modifying. I wish I had my Sailrite machine here. I could really sew it up good, huh?
This is a new style?
Yeah. I only need arm protection today and it's hot. I don't need a full body suit. What do you think?
Okay.
It's already pretty warm. Woo! I just don't want to drip epoxy on my arms. New epoxy. We have Total Boat epoxy with slow hardener that we bought when it was summer and really hot. But it's still just cool enough that the slow hardener doesn't work. So instead of buying slow hardener from Total Boat and then having to keep buying Total Boat's epoxy because I got to have that shipped to me, I decided we're going to switch over to the West system because I can buy that anywhere. Pumps are primed and ready to go.
So what am I doing?
You're going to mix epoxy, hand me things as I need them. Okay, before you pump. One fluid motion, slow and easy, all the way to the bottom. You can't stop halfway. Okay, all right. Don't push too hard and too fast. Let it sit for a minute on drip and then let it go. And then one thing of hardener. It comes easier. Okay. And now, as you mix that, we're going to mix it for about a minute, minute and a half, 100 or so times.
Not with the round end?
No, flat end, because you're trying to scrape it flat, scrape it off the sides, scrape it out of the little trough.
Supposed to turn pink?
Very important to always have your big suck with you when you're doing epoxy. Okay. So, periodically.
I did.
You did that?
I did. I've been watching you.
She's been watching. Excellent. Alright, so now what you're going to do, you don't want to get too far ahead of me,
okay,
but you can start working on jar number 2 for right now, and I will take that and start priming it on the boat.
Going faster, huh?
Pretty sticky. Alright, so now that we are all primed and ready to go, we could start with our biggest layer first, which I've got them all laid out on the table. We're going to need another thing of epoxy. Good, huh? Sometimes it helps to dab the corners down to get the little fiber brushes laying more flat. I think that's all we're going to do today on that side. We'll do the same thing on the other side and throw one on the bottom, and we'll be done for today.
Another day, another project.
Kind of plugged, well, not plugged, but there's a lot of sediment in there.
So what are we doing?
We are pulling off some of this PVC from our cockpit drains, which drain into this bilge hose. We're replacing the parts that we can replace because we wanted to clean all this yuck out that has settled in this hose and be able to see inside and make sure they were clean.
So we need to go take off the things up above, right?
I don't know how far we want to go with that, but yeah, we need to probably look at them at least if we can. But
do you want to put a hose in them and flush them?
not with this knot hooked up, I don't.
Well, we could put a bucket underneath of it.
Maybe. We'll think about that one. I'll tell you what, I'll do that if you'll hold the bucket down here.
I'll hold the bucket.
If I was to try to put this in between here, I would have to have this thing here is threaded so it has to spin in a circle. This one has to spin in a circle. Since the pipe actually goes inside of the fitting by about 1 inch, I would have to spread those open 2 inches to get this pipe in and then close it back up, and I can't spread it open. So the only other way to do it is either like we're doing it with a rubber patch here in the middle, or I got to unbed the drain plugs from the cockpit, which are not leaking, and thread everything in from above down into my fitting, and I just don't want to do that because these are not leaking up here, and this will give me something that'll allow me an easy way to pop them open if I need to clean them. So that's why we're doing it this way. And it's getting a little bit too long. Rubber thing right here is going to go right there, and it's going to bridge that gap. So I'm using a PVC primer and a PVC glue, twisting it as I go, and then I'm just going to hold it in place. We're using a Schedule 40 PVC here, which is designed for pressurized systems. It's just a little beefier, a little heavier duty, a little more resistant to vibration and cracking and stuff like that. Slide that on. This is where my lines come into effect. I just want to try to make sure I can see the line on both sides. I will probably get a second set because in the marine environment we like to have 2 sets of hose clamps. This is what it came with for now, and since it's raining outside, I'm tired of having water, I'm going to get this done and the thru-hull done, so hopefully it'll stay dry. So that one is done and ready to go. Woohoo! Next! Beautiful! So next we got to put in these 2 thru-hulls. Thru-hull and seacock. It's going to go right there. And then I have a new hose that's going to go from here to there. The other thru-hull is right there. And it goes with this hose that's also being replaced. And that'll be done. And then hopefully we won't get any more water in our engine pan and in our bilge from the cockpit when it rains outside. Whew. That'll be so nice, won't it, dear?
It will be.
And then I got to deal with this mess. Holy cow! Ah!
There's the red dot. I messed it up again. We got to do it one more time, dear.
We try to be really real in our videos, but it's kind of hard to do when we have to have 4 takes because we keep forgetting to push record on the camera.
I pushed it. It didn't go.
Oh, okay.
There's a difference.
Well, the 4 takes is why we're so highly polished in all of our videos.